Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel NCERT Maths with Bardeep. Today we are continuing our exercise number 13.2 of chapter 13, that is direct and inverse proportion. So let's see the fourth question. If a box of sweets is divided among 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each. How many would each get if the number of children is reduced by 4? So that means first we should check whether this question is related to direct or inverse proportion. See, we have a box of chocolate and it is to be divided among 24 children. So the full box is to be distributed among 24 children and each child is getting 5 chocolates, right? 5 sweets. Now, if the number of students are reduced, that means number of students are less, then each child will get more chocolates or less chocolates. See, the same thing is to be divided among less number of children. So definitely each child will get more number of sweets. So that means the number of persons or number of children are decreasing. So per head sweets will increase since they are going in opposite direction. So this question is inverse proportion. So let's write it first. So we will make a table in which here it is number of children. So first quantity is number of children and second is number of sweets. Okay, so we will make the table and let's write our first value, that if the number of children are 24, each will get 5 sweets. Okay, and second is if the children are reduced by 4. Okay, so that means in second case it should be 24 minus 4, that is 20 children are there and we should find the number of sweets each will get. So if this is x, this is y, let us assume this value to be y2. Since this data is in inverse proportion, so we will apply our formula, that is x1 by x2 is equal to y2 over y1. So we will write, since first we will assume let y2 be the number of sweets each child will get if children are how much in second case? 20. Since both quantities, this is must, you should always write this, since both quantities are in inverse proportion, therefore x1 over x2, that is 24 over 20, should be equal to y2 over y1. So that is y2 over 5. So now we will cross multiply. So 20 into y2 is equal to 24 into 5. So what is y2 in our case? This is 24 into 5 over 20. So let's simplify this. So 5 4s are 20, 4 6 are 24. So y2 is equal to 6. Therefore, each child will get 6 chocolate. Okay. So this is our question number 4. I hope this question is clear. Now let's move on to the next question. So let's see our fifth question. A farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his kettle for 6 days. How long would the food last if there were 10 more animals in his kettle? Okay. So again we have to decide this question is direct or inverse proportion. So this question is similar to our previous question. Again a fixed quantity of food is here. And if the farmer has 24 animals, that food will last for 6 days. Okay. So now if more animals join his cattle, that means now the number of animals that is to be fed is increased. So since the food is same, so it will last for less number of days. So means if animals are more, food will last for less number of days. If animals are less, then same food will be enough for more number of days. Since they are going in opposite direction, so this is again inverse proportion. So let's first make our table. So first category should be number of animals, and second is number of days. Okay, so let's first make the table. If animals are 20, 4 days enough for 6 days. Then if there were 10 more animals, 10 more means previous it is 20, now 10 more, so it will be 30. 30 animals are there. So let it be y2 days. Okay, so now let's solve this value. Since first write, let y2 be the number of days for which food will last if 30 animals are there. Okay, so then we will write again, since these quantities are in inverse proportion, therefore 20 over 30, 20 over 30 should be equal to y2 over 6. Okay, so y2 over 6, cross multiply them, so this implies 30 into y2 is equal to 20 into 6. Then what is y2? So this is equal to 20 into 6 over this 30 will come here. Okay, so 0 0 will be cancelled, so 3 2s are 6. Then what is the value of y2? See, 2 into 2 is 4. Therefore food will last for 4 days. Okay, so I hope this question is clear. Now let's move on to the next question. So let's see our sixth question. A contractor estimates that 3 persons could rewire Jasminder's house in 4 days. If he uses 4 persons instead of 3, how long should they take to complete the job? So again the same question. This data is of direct or inverse proportion. As I have already explained earlier also, that suppose this room is to be constructed and a person or a contractor uses 10 number of persons and the job can be done in 5 days, right? If the number of persons are reduced, that means now same work is to be done by less number of people. Obviously they will take more number of days to complete the job. But on the other hand, if we use more number of people, then same work can be done in less number of days. So here is again the same case. If 4 people are there and they can, if 3 persons are there and they can complete some work in 4 days, if we increase the number of people, so same work can be done in less number of days. Since the data is going in opposite direction, so this is again inverse proportion. So let's make the table first. This is number of persons and number of days. Okay, so in first case number of persons are 3. Okay, and it can be done in 4 days. Okay, in second case they are saying that the contractor is using 4 persons, so in how many days the work will finish. Okay, so let it be y2. As I have already explained, this will be inverse proportion because more the number of people, less number of days. So first assume this, let y2 be the number of days to finish the work with 4 persons. Okay, so since the data is in inverse proportion, therefore 3 by 4 is equal to y2 above and denominator will be 4. So now we will cross multiply. So 4 into y2 is equal to 3 into 4. So now what is y2? This is 3 into 4. This 4 will come here and they will get cancelled. So y2 is equal to 3. Therefore, 3 days. Work will be finished in 3 days. So this is our 6th question. Now let's move on to the next one. So let's see our 7th question. A batch of bottles were packed in 25 boxes with 12 bottles in each box. If the same batch is packed using 20 bottles in each box, how many boxes would be filled? Let's first understand this question. Again, we are given with a fixed number of bottles, that is batch is given. If we are packing in a box of 12 bottles in each box, they told us that 25 boxes are needed. Okay, so now they are increasing the number of bottles in one box. Okay, so please understand this. If the number of bottles in one box is increased, definitely overall number of boxes will be less, because now more bottles are coming in the same box. So number of bottles are increasing in one box, therefore total number of boxes will be less. So data is in inverse proportion. So let's first make table, that is number of boxes and number of bottles in each box. Okay, so 25 boxes are there if we have 12 bottles in one box. Now they want us to pack 20 bottles in one box, so we need to find the number of boxes. So since this is always taken as x, let it be x2, because x1 over x2 is equal to y2 over y1. So again we will assume, let x2 boxes are required to put 20 bottles in each box. Okay, so again, since data is in inverse proportion, therefore 25 over x2 is equal to y2 over y1, that is 20 over 12. So now we will cross multiply them. This is x2 into 20 is equal to 25 into 12. So what is x2? This is 25 into 12 over 20. So 5 5s are 25, 5 4s are 20, 4 3s are 12. So what is x2? 5 into 3, that is 15. So therefore 15 boxes are required to put 20 bottles in each box. Therefore 15 boxes are required. Okay, so this is our 7th question. This is all about this video. See you in my next video with the remaining questions of this exercise. Thank you.